Welcome back, in your face members, to another Clash of Clans video. This time I'm going to be covering the miner attack. So Town Hall 12. This is a Town Hall 12 video. Miners have been... I'm starting to think they're a better option for higher level Town Hall 12 play. Kind of for now... Well, it's just me and Armac for now, but, I think that the same Bowler P.E.K.K.A attack, there's another video up there on that one, I think will still work for Town Hall 12. But, I don't know, sometimes you encounter really funky bases, and, as we're getting and attacking, like, higher and higher level Town Hall 12s with max Gigateslas and stuff like that, I think Miners has been good to me. I think I'm like 3 for 4 at this point with it. So just kind of showing you last war. We actually lost this war, but I did pretty good. But, with one of my bases, I should say. Fell kind of short here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, it's kind of to look at what the army is here. All right, so we've seen that this clan we were facing basically had like 6 layouts just like this, basically. When you look at it, it's not really a good base for the Bowler P.E.K.K.A. The funneling is really strange on this one. You can see they have the max Gigabomb here. The only downside, I feel like Miners is a great attack. The only thing is you must draw the troops out for the miner attacks. That's the thing. If we're in a regular war and it's not CWL and there's a scout and there's like a lava hound in there or something like that, possibly even stuff that'll just go down under poison, that can work for you, but that's not always going to be the case. In CWL, we're not going to know what's in the castle. A lot of times, too, as we're getting a little bit higher and stuff like that, we don't have a lot of scouts at the top all the time. So you just kind of have to bank on... drawing the troops out. So that was the first thing I looked at. Now, the good news is, though, that we have Siege now. And I'm a fan of using that to draw the troops out, if possible. And kind of like, let's get into it here. So I wanted to start my walk over here. I guess I didn't go over the army. I have 30 miners, which is absolute minimum. These 2 baby dragons are to help push the queen where I need her to go, and also to help with cleanup. 5 healers on this queen walk. For me, I still like that, although I just learned that the more healers you have, they actually pay a healing penalty. And I think if you have 4, they're all healing at max, but after that it starts going down or something like that. I don't know. If you want to know the specifics on that, Google it. I do 4 heals. Those are almost exclusively for the miners. The 2 rage is going to be for this queen walk, which this is kind of a sizable queen walk. I chose to walk over here because when I looked at this radius, so this radius doesn't matter. Multi-target Inferno, that's not a problem for the queen. The single target, if you can see here, doesn't really breach the wall. You're not going to be wall breaking the queen in here. It's not like you're going to have to go in at these Infernos or anything like that. Actually, for real, in a good miner attack, in my mind, the queen doesn't need to go in the base ever. You kind of don't want her to. Just kind of have her walk all around the outside cleaning this up, and meanwhile have the miners go in. But anyway, so it started the walk there. These balloons, you might be wondering about these 2 random balloons here. I just saw these. I had some extra camp space. I saw these were easily just there, taken down. There's no air coverage over here. And I was like, hey, why not? Actually, maybe we shouldn't. So, again, Warden with the queen there. Balloons go down. Let's take a look at this radius. So right here, I'm dropping the wall breaker full of Valks, by the way. I have yet to really encounter an attack that I don't think Valks in this Siege machine is the best option. To me, it's basically always the best option. So you can see here the troops come. Oops. 2 dragons. Now I will say, now let's think about the value of these Valks. They didn't do that much, but they set up some big bombs in the middle. They drew the troops out, and they activated the Giga Tesla. So to me, you know, I don't really know a golem in there or anything else would have done anything different. As you can see, the queen got in trouble. I dropped some rage. I got a little lucky here. So poison goes on the dragons. Luckily, my queen swang back around, if that's even a word, and took these dragons out before they got my healers, because that would have been quite a short walk there. So the other thing is about the funnel, guys, as always. And you know what? Let me start this over real quick so you guys can see. It kind of went too quick. Okay, so also you may want to end up using the king to help you funnel. As you can see, all of this now is cleared. You really want to clear up enough crap to be able to shoot your miners into the base. Well, I guess that's hard to see. Notice I dropped the king over here. I'm trying to clip all this away so that I can send the miners straight in. They'll go from here to here and be all up in the base. That's basically the idea. You got to just draw the troops out in the meantime. I had only dedicated 1 rage to this walk. It is a little challenging trying to follow essentially two groups of troops through the base. I mean, on the one hand, you're trying to keep your eye on your miners and heal them. Actually, that's probably your top priority. But you also really want to keep an eye on this queen. I mean, the healers came off of her at this point, so it may just become about remembering to activate her. Wall levels aren't a problem for miners. And I want to show this, even though I already kind of talked about it. You can kind of tell where they're going by how quickly stuff is going down. You know, it's kind of hard to keep track of them. You got to just have a good eye on it. And watch what happens here. They duck right under the bomb, which is why I like these guys so much. I haven't found it necessary to take freeze spells. You may want to take a freeze spell if your walk is going to encounter a single target inferno, or if it's going to roast your siege before you actually get the troops out. I mean, but other than that, in my mind, if you're going to be in a situation where you're starting your walk by single target inferno, you may want to rethink that plan anyway, rather than taking a freeze. So that's one example. This was 3 stars. Let it finish out there. So here's another one. Another example here. Same exact army. I really do like using the same army for stuff. Maybe I'm just OCD like that, but I also feel like it aids in teaching people, because if I see an attack that you can use the same army, basically you may want to mess around with these balloons or something. Maybe you think something else works better. But I like, if you can have the same army that consistently can 3-star bases, that's an attack I want to learn. I think I was practicing with some variations where instead of 2 balloons, I did 2 hogs on bases where it wasn't like an insane troop draw like this. Because ideally, I'd rather not use the siege to draw the troops out, but you know, sometimes if it's a base like this, I mean, you really can't help it. It's doable, but I didn't really want to mess around with the troop draw. Sometimes, especially on the 12s, not a lot of people are pulling troops, so they're not really placing a lot of emphasis on the clan castle anyway. They'll put it like somewhere like that or something. On those, I won't use the siege to draw the troops out. I'll go ahead and send the hogs or whatever else I need to do. Anyway, so on this one, I started the walk. Literally on this one, there's no key objectives that you need to take out. There's not really anything. The queen's not a factor. Miners don't really have a problem with that. I just pick a good place to walk. And by good place to walk, I mean No air defenses. I mean, there's an air defense here, but that's a ways off. And even if she does make it all the way over there, it's within range of her. So she'll, let me see if I can say. So say she takes out all this crap. She's standing here. Healers are behind her anyway. They're out of range of the air defense. She's going to take that out. It's not a problem. So on this one, I just kind of let her walk with the warden. Pushed her down toward that way. That probably wasn't even necessary. But I just did it. Dropped a rage, which experienced Queen Walkers will know that's how that goes already. So this was designed to break the radius and kill the troops. Did what it was supposed to do. And you see how this is actually pretty clutch. Okay, let me see how to explain it. So this is about funneling with miners. So I took out all this, okay? The goal, remember, is to be in a situation where you can send the miners into the base and that they will just dance around in this base and just take all this out. That's the perfect situation. So I'll drop the king to help funnel in a way that he's going to go down this way and clear all this crap here. As soon as I dropped a test, took a couple test miners here. As soon as I see they're going in, I send them in. It happened to be right at the eagle. That's not like something I need to happen. Anything that's in the middle. As soon as we can clear away enough of this stuff so that you can send the miners right in, do it. Send them all. Try and keep your eye on your heroes. Keep your eye on your queen. I don't think this was is that a max? Yeah, so another important thing to note. So they duck under the bomb of the town hall. You may think that maybe you don't need to drop a heal spell for this reason. It's like, hey, they're ducking under the bomb. It really doesn't matter. But remember, too, that this town hall, prior to blowing up, shoots massive bolts of electricity at all your troops. Miners, I don't know what the numbers are. They're a little bit sturdy. I guess to me, they're a little more sturdy than hogs. Just a little, though. But anyway, a lot of times I will specifically save a heal spell for when they're engaging the town hall. Even though they're going to duck under the bomb, you do not want them going, especially on a high hit point building like this. It's going to take them a minute to get through it. You do not want them, being screwed. Oh, also important to note, miners are also immune from the tornado trap. The brand new tornado trap that, like, I don't even know, sucks your troops in a circle or something like that. They're immune from that as well. Another positive thing about them. And this is kind of quickly becoming my my go-to attack here. Yeah. So that's really about it. Ask for challenges and good luck.